Hey everyone, how's it going? Today is Tuesday, but I'm filming the Monday trade recap because didn't get a chance to record it yesterday. Um, so we'll go through one by one. I started off with a loss on PMN and then brought it back with these trades, and these two were definitely ones I could have held on to, but wasn't really liking the price action. So we'll just talk through each one. Um, Starting with PMN, I was just waiting for this to show any sort of resistance. Um, so we saw here there was this initial leg up and then another leg up, and there was a pullback. And I was trying to play the breakout when I saw it was getting shorted. So with these down wicks, I took the short the next time it wicked up there, but it broke out instead, and it held that breakout. So it managed to hit my stop. And a lot of the reason why these trades I sold early were because of what I saw happen here. But this doesn't happen all the time, especially considering there wasn't a ton of volume on the breakout. Um, of course, this is the 1 minute. So if we look at the 3 minute, we did have like a pretty big surge in volume on the breakout. So it was a strong close. Um, Either way, this one I got stopped out of. At the end of the day, it's just a matter of whether the breakout gets bought up, and it did on this candle. So that's kind of an indication that the trade's invalidated. Um, that being said, the next entry could be like the previous high, but it also could sell off. You never really know at the end of the day. Um, so I don't know if I would have truly played this differently. I think this entry is fair. The only way I would play it different was getting out earlier, but I don't know. I think it was fine to let this hit my stop. It didn't obviously hit my full stop, but I knew that it wouldn't um, come back down. So I took it off earlier rather than later. I knew it was gonna hit my stop. Next we have GCTK. This one was good. I actually moved my stop, or sorry, my take profit as it was going down. So see here, we were having some wicks above 10.54, and then when we got back above there, I was seeing wicks at 10.6, like shorting at 10.6. So I took my short and then pretty much dumped immediately. It did come up to 10.82, but I was covering into these dumps and made pretty solid profit on that one. So pretty straightforward. BTOG, I just wasn't loving the price action to keep sitting in it. I do think that opportunity cost does play a role in a sense, meaning like if I'm not seeing the price action I want to see right away, especially being pre-market, it's hard to monitor that trade while also being on top of other opportunities versus if I just had like my hard limit orders and they were executing pre-market, then I could just let this sit and then walk away. It's much easier for me to walk away from it. But um, see, we were having some strong candles, and you see on the 1 minute there was this indecision. So I wanted to short close to that. We broke above it, and then just started holding above like point 0.9 with all these candles. And so I was losing patience as this was grinding up again. And I just got out here when it ended up flushing through. And honestly, like, it's pretty clear this is just a bear flag breakdown. But I was impatient about it. And when I was setting my order for this, deep down, I was like, this is gonna get executed, and then it's gonna break down and flush lower. But I just got out anyway, and that's fine. But I really need to let this one and also AMIX just hit my take profits. So you see here, same sort of deal happened where I got short, but it started holding the breakout. So everything below 207 was getting bought up. and then it pushes higher, and I almost got stopped. I was like 1 or 2 cents away from my stop, and I was ready to fire again. And as it came down into this area that was getting bought up again, I sold when in reality it was just a Head and Shoulders and it faded. Um, so yeah, two situations where I just needed to hold instead of letting it hit, or sorry, getting out early. Then DPro and NVTS were pretty straightforward, but it goes to show why I shouldn't hold always longer than specifically NVTS, but holding longer for more of a fade might not always work. But you see here, above 6.5 was super, like, was a sign of hard overextension with the indicators I was using. So I was just locked into the level 2 to see when that momentum was slowing, and then I got in, and then my take profit got hit in the next candle. Basically, see here, pretty much like sniped the top on the indecision. So pretty straightforward. Obviously, some more on the table, but then NVTS is a good example of what can happen um, if you don't take your profits when they come. So pretty much like played that pullback perfectly. And then obviously it exploded. And this had some news that came out after the fact, I think. But NVTS and these like higher price stocks, I would say like ones that have higher market cap as well, after a big surge in buying and volume, a lot of time they continue their grind higher. So not a bad idea to long these after a pullback if it happens. This one went up pretty high on this day. So um, was fortunate to get out when I did. But that's it for my Monday recap. I will talk about today's recap once the charts sort of populate. But today was much cleaner. I definitely should have held ICU, but I'll talk about that in the next video. As for this video, thanks for watching, everyone. Appreciate all the support recently, and peace.